So it's so important that we should learn Arabic language also. Inshallah. Okay, now the meaning. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. وَتَرَى الشَّمْسَ إِذَا طَلَعَتْ. You know the meaning of Shams. What is that? Sun. So these people of the cave, they were sleeping in the sun, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protected them from the heat of the sun. So the ulama, the mufassirin of the Quran, they have the conclusion of the situation, the location of the cave, that the entrance of the cave, it was not facing towards the east nor facing towards the west. It was neither east nor west, but it was more towards north side. The opening or the entrance of the cave, it was in north direction. So when the sun was coming from the east in the morning time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala caused the sun to incline away, to move away, to going and getting directly into the cave. Otherwise it could burn their bodies. If you imagine that, for example, this is the entrance of the masjid, and if it is facing toward the east, so at the time of the rising of the sun, the heat is coming directly inside the cave, and it will be very much damaging and harmful for the bodies of those people. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protected them from the heat of the sun. Similarly, if you imagine, if the entrance of the cave is in the west side, so at the time of sun setting, the sun is coming, and again it is harmful and damaging for them. So keep this scenario and the background in your mind, and now translate. وَتَرَى الشَّمْسَ, and you will see the sun. Tara. Tara means to look from your eyes, to see something. You say ara'aita, ra'aita, right? So ra'a, yara, it means in Arabic to see. So watara, and you will see the sun. Ida tala'at. What does it mean? Ida tala'at?
When it's rising.
When it is rising. Tala'a, yatla'u in Arabic, when the sun is rising. It appears on the horizon. Tazavaru an kahfi. Tazavaru means turning away. Tilting away, turning away, moving away. That is the meaning of tazavaru. So tazavaru is the verb, and the subject of the verb is the sun. So the sun was moving away. From where? An kahfihim, from their cave. Right? وَإِذَا غَرَبَتْ, and when it is setting. Gharaba, like we say Maghrib. Maghrib prayer, because it is at the time of the sunset. So gharaba yaghribu means setting the sun. So when it's setting the sun, taqriduhum, same meaning like tazavaru. Taqridu means is cutting away. The literal meaning of taqridu in Arabic is cutting. If you have a scissor, you are cutting the paper, you are cutting any cloth, that is called taqridu. What is the word for scissor in Arabic, Yaqeen? Miqrad. There is two words, miqas and miqrad also. So the literal meaning of, we say qard, loan. When you borrow the money from the bank, from anyone, that is in Arabic is called qard. So the literal meaning of qard is cutting. Some people say that qard, cutting the relationship. Some people are best friends, but the time they take the money from each other, they are turning away. Right? Zat al-shimal, to the left side. So the sun was cutting away from them to the left side. Wahum fi fajwatin min.
So shimal is north.
Yes,
To the north side.
to the north, but sometimes the shimal in Arabic also means to the left side. Yes. So yamin and shimal, left and right. So two meanings of shimal. Okay. Wahum fi fajwatin min, and they are easily sleeping in the open space inside the cave. Whom? What is the meaning of whom? They is a pronoun. Fi fajwatin, in the open space. Fajwa, like you are inside a chamber, inside a room, and you have a spacious place. So that is called fajwa. Subhanallah, Imam Ibn Kasir pointed out another very good point over here. He said that same climate or the timing will be in the Jannah. When people they will be in the Jannah, there will be not the direct sun heat that you will feel the heat in the Jannah. Not like at the time of sun rising, not at the time of sun setting. It will be very cool time, like you are in the shade, always under the shade. That is the description of the life of the Jannah. So that type of environment Allah has created for them inside the cave. And that is also the description of the life in the grave. When a mu'min person, a very righteous person who died on Iman and Allah granted him maghfirah, when he was sleeping in the grave, he always thinks that this is the time of like Asr prayer. Cool time. Subhanallah. So wahum fi fajwatin means they were sleeping in the open space inside the cave. ذَلِكَ مِنْ آيَاتِ اللَّهِ. And no one should have any kind of question on that, because it is from the signs of Allah. ذَلِكَ, that is min ayatillah, from the signs of Allah. مَنْ يَهْدِ اللَّهُ فَهُوَ الْمُهْتَدِ. Subhanallah. Beautiful statement of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you hear it so many times in the khutbah, in Friday khutbah, in other khutbah. مَنْ يَهْدِ اللَّهُ فَهُوَ الْمُهْتَدِ. Whomsoever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guides, he is the one who is rightly guided. Man yahdillah, whomsoever Allah guides, fahuwal muhtad, so he is guided. Wa man yudlil, but unfortunately those whom Allah leaves them in the state of astray, leaves them in astray, falan tajida lahu, you will never find for that person waliyan murshida, anyone who can protect him and who can guide him to the right way. There is no guidance beside the guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
So
وَمَنْ يُضْلِلْ, and whomsoever Allah leaves in the error, okay, and he is going astray, so you will never find for him a protector who can guide him. وَتَحْسَبُهُمْ أَيْقَاظًا, and you will think about them. If you see them at that time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is all, everything is narrating from that time when they were sleeping. So if anyone would happen, just imagine, if anyone would happen to see them, so he will think that they are alive and they are awake. Ayqaza means awake, like we are all sitting. This is our situation, is ayqaza. So ayqaz is the plural. Wahum ruqud, but the reality is that they were sleeping. Ruqud means sleeping. So suppose if we are all sleeping, that is called ruqud in Arabic. If we are now awake, it is ayqaz. So what was the beautiful thing about that? They were sleeping, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala caused their eyes to open and close. Right? Because if they were closing their eyes all those 300 years, it will be again damaging for them. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put them in a situation that they were opening their eyes during the sleep and then again closing. Subhanallah. And this is also a situation of some animals. There are animals in this world that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave them the same situation. Sometimes they are sleeping, but if you look at them, you will see that their eyes are open. Right? So, and you will think about them that they are awake, but they were sleeping. وَنُقَلِّبُهُمْ ذَاتَ الْيَمِينِ وَذَاتَ الشِّمَالِ. Another arrangement for them, that Allah turning their sides. During the sleep, they were not sleeping only on the one side, turning them to the right side and to the left. All those 309 years, they have turning their bodies. So you can imagine and you realize that if they are sleeping on the same situation always, so it again the earth should start to eat up their bodies, right?
So nuqallibu means turn.
Not turning, yes. Nuqallibu from iqlab, turning away. Zat al-yamini wa zat al-shimal. Again, left side and right side. Wa kalbuhum basitun zira'ihi, and their dog also was sleeping, right? And what was the situation of the body of the kalb? That it was stretching the four legs right at the door of the cave. So kalbuhum, their dog, basitun means stretching, zira'ihi, four legs, two, right? Bil wasid, at the threshold, at the entrance of the cave. Lavit talata alayhim. Now suppose if you happen to be there in that cave the time when they were sleeping, so if you are looking, lavit talata, law means if, ittalata, if you look at them at that time, lawallaita minhum firara, you would run away, you would flee right away from there. Why? Because you will be filled completely with awe and khawf. There will be a kind of fear and awe, and no one could stay over there. So that is also another protection for them, that if suppose anyone would happen to be there, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protected their bodies, otherwise anyone can harm them. So no one could stay. It was that kind of environment that it was very much full of the awe and khawf.
So minhum firar wala muleta minhum ruba.
Ras. So lavit talata alayhim, if you will see them, lavallaita, you will turn away. Lavallaita, walla, yuwalli, wallaita means turning your back. Okay, so you will turn your back, minhum, from them, firaran, while you are in flight, you are fleeing, running away. So firara means when someone is running. Okay, wala mulita, and you will be filled. Mulita, mala'a yamlau, it's called to fill something. Like if you have a cup of water and glass and it's filled with the water, that is called mala'a in Arabic. If this masjid, this space is full of the people on the day of Jummah, when we have overcrowd, mashallah, that is called mala'a, mala al masjid. So you will be filled. Now here, filling is not physical filling. It is, spiritually, you will be filling with ru'b. And ru'b means awe and fear. Right? Is there any other word you would like to clarify one more time?
This is Zat al-Yamin.
Ha.
Zat, like
Ha.
owner.
Zat, actually, the literal meaning of Zat is self. Self. Like you say, myself, yourself, that is the meaning of Zat. Here, Zat al-Yamin to the right side. Was Zat